Hey guys, what's up? It's Kim. Welcome back to my channel. Um, I put off filming this update all day because I wanted to be more presentable, but I honestly just can't bring myself to do anything else. I have showered, but I just can't bring myself to look any more presentable than this. So my update is that I am almost 72 hours off of Suboxone. It's a little after 9 o'clock at night on Tuesday, and my last dose was like 5 or 4:35 a.m. on Sunday. I usually, like, throughout, brain fog, so if my ideas are not well spoken, I'm sorry. But when I was doing my taper, I didn't start to usually feel withdrawal until like at least 3, but usually 4 days after I had cut doses. And I know that that's because Suboxone has such a long half-life, but I don't know if this is like psychological or what, but I started feeling like crap literally last night. And when I say like crap, I don't feel horrible. I talked myself up so much, I think, because my taper had been relatively painless. It really has. Like, I definitely felt some withdrawal during some of the step downs, but nothing bad, nothing I couldn't work through. So I am not sleeping very well. So Sunday night was my last really good night's sleep. And obviously I had dosed Sunday morning very, very early, and I slept. And I mean, I slept like 18, 19 hours Sunday into Monday. Now Monday was my first day of vacation, and I needed it. Like, I was so tired, and I let myself sleep until I couldn't sleep anymore because I thought, well, this might be your last good sleep. And I hope that that's not true, but for a while anyway. But, so today, let's see. I made plans last night. I knew I was gonna feel kind of crappy today, and I'm like, I don't want to sit in the house all day and just wallow in self-pity. So I had made plans with my mom and my sister. I got up, I showered, and I didn't feel too bad this morning, honestly, but as the day kind of progressed, it has taken a bit of a turn. I'm still relatively, right now, I'm okay. My legs are very achy. My back is achy. I have a lot of urge to sneeze, but I haven't sneezed too much. But I also took some hydroxyzine, and I'll get into that in a couple of minutes. But the diarrhea is like, this is the first time I've had diarrhea. I haven't really had much diarrhea through the taper, a little bit, but not much. And I'm really trying hard to prolong taking any Imodium for as long as I possibly can, because, since my gastric bypass, I don't have bowel movements as often as I would like. So I really, I hate to kind of mess with my system and take stool softeners every day on the normal and then have to turn around and take Imodium. I don't like doing that to my body. I probably will cave at some point if the diarrhea keeps up. Because I'm having a hard time drinking water. I hate water. I do drink it daily, but I'm having a hard time with it right now. So I need to keep my body hydrated. So this afternoon, I actually had a bit of a moment of weakness, and I was not proud of myself. And I called my primary care provider's office, and he wasn't in. So I left a message with his nurse, and I said, he's aware of the situation. He was not my Suboxone provider, but I kept him in the loop for everything. And I said, I really, I hate to cave, but can you see if you can send me in something for just the anxiety, the sleep, everything. I was thinking like Ativan or something. So anyway, he called me back a little while later. And he was like, I'm not saying no, but he's like, I just don't necessarily think we should just reach for that immediately, given your addictive personality. And I get that. And like, I keep trying to tell myself, like, he's just looking out for me. But at the end of the day, like, it kind of hurts. I'm like, does he not trust me that I'm, you know, like, that I would abuse it? Or I don't know. It just kind of like, it stung a little bit. I was like, you know, so he, you know, he said, I'm not saying no, but I want you to try some other things first. So he's calling me in some Boost Bar, which I don't, you know, I'm willing to try it. I'm on Lexapro for depression and anxiety. I told you guys I got that on board before I started my taper, and it's been great. But this is, you know, this anxiety is a different kind of anxiety. It's withdrawal anxiety. It's just different, and I don't know, is Boost Bars going to do much for that? But I said I'm willing to try it. So but my pharmacy hasn't filled it yet. So I asked, can I still take hydroxyzine if I need to for anxiety? He said, yeah, that's fine. So I took some hydroxyzine earlier, and that's why I think I'm not sneezing as much. I still feel the urge to sneeze all the time. I'm just not sneezing that much. So a little bit after I took the hydroxyzine, I fell asleep for a couple of hours, 2 or 3 hours, I think. Maybe 2. And I woke up not feeling good, having cramps and having to run to the bathroom. And for the last like 2 hours, I've been sitting here, bundled up, cold, hot, and sort of watching all of the stuff that I used to watch when I was in withdrawal on YouTube, like other people going through withdrawal, and some of my favorite TV characters going through like hard times and stuff. And, you know, I'm sitting there wallowing, and then all of a sudden I get this like epiphany, and I just start laughing, and I'm like, I'm not in that dark place anymore. You know, when I would go through withdrawal, sometimes every month when I would run out of my pain pills early, I was in that dark, desperate place, and it was horrible. You know, I have the means right now to end all of this if I need to. I have Suboxone. If it gets too much, it's there. But I don't want to do that. You know, I have done so much work in the past 2 years and some odd months to heal myself. And while I'm still an addict, obviously, but I'm just not in that dark, desperate place in my life right now where I'm going to sit there and cry about how much my life sucks and how I've ruined everything, because I'm not there anymore. You know, I've rebuilt so much and I've healed so much, and it just made me laugh because I thought, I'm going to get through this. It doesn't feel so good, but like the way that I'm looking at it now is like, this is like a little flu that I need to get through to come out on the other side. I've put the work in. And that's not to say I'm not going to have those moments of desperation and anxiety and depression. And, you know, I have to just remember in my head that I'm going to be okay. You know, and it's such a different place in my life. I've come so far, and I'm going to be okay. I had a conversation with someone earlier, someone who's in my life who is a medical provider, and it kind of disheartened me a little bit because he has been very, I don't want to, not pushy at all, but I always felt as though when he heard I was still on Suboxone, he would be like a little bit disappointed in me and kind of like, aren't you ready to come off it yet? You know, I was on it for a little over 2 years. And then today when I told him that I was off of it completely now and I was having a hard time, he was like, well, why don't you just start taking it again? And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, you're the one who's been pushing, you know, not that he didn't have anything to do with my decision to get off of it or stay on it or whatever, but I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like, this whole time you've been so like supportive of me getting off it. And, you know, he just, I don't know, I've done more research and I think you might be more successful in the long term. And it just kind of messed with my head a little bit, because then I started doubting myself and my decision to get off. And I think sometimes I think maybe I was looking for a justification to stay on it just because it's easier. But then I said, you know what, even if that was what I wanted to do, like I can't afford it anymore. I can't afford the Suboxone program anywhere. It's when you have decent insurance through an employer, it's just too expensive, you know? So anyway, I had to get that out of my head in a hurry and just remember that I made this decision and I made this decision for me and it's the right decision for me and I can get through it. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now. I'll try to keep you guys updated. It's like I said, I have a hard time turning the camera on to film when I look like this because I feel like a dirtbag, but at the end of the day, like this is kind of the reality, I guess, of withdrawal. So anyway, that's my update and I hope everyone's doing well and I'll talk to you later. Bye.